review of this notebook cover. I purchased this from Pellestudio on Etsy, and I posted a photograph of it in one of the Hobonichi groups on Facebook, and I had some questions, and someone asked if I would do a review, and I said no problem, absolutely. So without further ado, let's look at my setup and how my Hobonichi is in here, and kind of do a quick review, first impressions of the notebook cover. So I've only had the notebook about let's say 4 days maybe now. So I just set it up this weekend. My first impression when I opened the notebook cover was that it was exactly what I had expected. You know, I was hesitant when I ordered it, thinking it might be flimsy leather, but honestly, the more I looked at the photographs of it, I was like, no, I think it's really nice. So this is the wax gray office planner, and this is the A5 size. It's specifically listed in the shop as for the Hobonichi Techo, so the A5 size, so that's what I got. This is the wax gray. The leather is just gorgeous. It has a waxed finish, so it's really nice and smooth. You can see kind of the light bouncing off it here. But it does have this variegated colorway, which I think is really nice. The waxed leather doesn't show scratches. Like here, I'm scratching it right now. It doesn't really show scratches. And yet the variegated, I guess it kind of shows those scratches, doesn't it? But with the variegated color and the texture on the leather, it really is not something that I would worry about putting it in my bag. The leather itself is really like a thick, chewy leather, like my husband and I like to describe good leather like that. For instance, if you're at all familiar with saddleback leather, it kind of reminds me of that thickness here where it's double stitched. It's really thick. It's still malleable and it will bend, but it's not something like some of the Foxy Fix. Like I really wanted a Foxy Fix notebook, but I was very concerned about putting it in my bag and maybe something slipping and bending the leather. And I know I could put it in a pouch or anything like that, but sometimes you just don't have time to fuss with it. So I wanted something that was pliable, but was also, I felt, sturdy enough that it was going to hold my notebooks and not bend if something rubbed against it accidentally or just the right way. So like I said, it's really nice and thick. I thought the details were super cute. I loved this this kind of variegated stitching with the pastel. It's got like green and pink and mint, and I thought that was really, really cute. So when it came, the closure elastic was just a white elastic, but they sent me this pink one extra, and they sent me this mint green one, so I thought that was really cute, and I thought the pink would be cute with my setup, so I switched it to that. The notebook comes with an option to either get the elastics or not have the elastics. So if you don't have the elastics and you just want to put your Hobonichi in here, it can slide inside the side sleeves. So there's one in the front there, and then there is one in the back here. So your Hobonichi would just slide right in there and should be pretty secure. I wanted the option to have the elastics, and I'll explain why when I go over my setup. I feel like the elastics that were included were really, really nice elastic, and it has spots for, so there's 4 elastics. I don't know the millimeters of these elastic, it's not listed, but it's nice, and it's the rounded elastic, so it won't cut into, and I know most people use this, but sometimes some of them are thin. I don't feel like this is gonna fray, and I also don't feel like it's thin enough that it's gonna cut into my notebooks. And you know how after a while with traveler's notebooks, especially my Hobonichi, I just did not want something that was gonna cut up my notebook. So, okay. The cover also includes some pockets here, which I think are really cute, and I like to have pockets because we all like to decorate them. But one note about these pockets is they are kind of narrow. So they will not even say, they're not even the width of a business card. You could fit a card this way, but so I use this because standard, like your page flags that you get at the Target dollar spot, they're about this size on a note card. So that won't fit in your pockets, but I just cut one down and I was able to fit one. You could still fit some clips and I think some 3x4 journaling cards. No, I don't even think journaling cards would fit in here, honestly. So I just have some die cuts and like a mini journaling card, like one of these small ones that comes like in the ephemera packs. And my little die cuts that are from, the business card falls on the floor. No, it didn't. So my die cuts are actually from It's Paper Dear. So, so that's what I have in the pockets. The notebook is, I do believe this is actually suede lined. It's not just the unfinished leather on the back side. It's a really, really short matte suede, so there is no nap sticking up. So you know how like things can get stuck in the fibers if it's a long nap on the leather. This one is not. It's very short, so I don't feel like things, little lint or fuzz will get stuck to it. Okay, so obviously you can see it will hold the Hobonichi, so I have mine in here, and I had trimmed my cover to fit in my Louis Vuitton Cove Carnet, and I kind of regret it, so that's why I got a cover like this, and I've bought like a regular Hobonichi cover to switch in and out of, because someone asked me in one of my last videos, did my Hobonichi fit perfectly? And no, it didn't. I did have to trim the covers. The pages fit like, you know, right up to the edge, but I now that I think about it, I regret having had done this. So anyway, you can get this notebook cover with or without the elastics. I chose with because I wanted to add, I had started kind of bullet journaling in this Erin Condren notebook, and I didn't want to lose this. As soon as I started using my Hobonichi regularly, I kind of put this to the side, and I decided I really want to use this for collections because of the way I use my Hobonichi. I don't have pages for collections, so I'd like a spot to have another notebook. So I just made these dividers with a paper pack that I got at Joann Fabrics, and I'll show you something I kind of did unique to the dividers. So I have, I just have my dashboard, my first divider here, and then I have this Erin Condren grid notebook that was my temporary bullet journal kind of collections notebook that I'm still working in, and notes and things that I didn't want to lose. So that is my first section here, and then the divider that just wraps around. And so then the dividers I made, I actually did a different way so that I could put dashboards, laminated dashboards in them, but I could interchange them because I liked the idea of just, you know, switching seasonally, and I feel like it's not that it's that much harder, but because it's A5 size, I can't just laminate. Usually what you do with a divider is you take a laminate sheet and then you leave a gap in the middle and you trim it and fold it so that they meet each other. But A5 size, one laminating sheet is not big enough. So I used my fuse tool and some page protectors, and I figured since I was doing that, I could A, make shaker dashboards, or B, leave the top open and make them interchangeable. So maybe that wasn't novel, maybe someone else has done that, but I was kind of pleased with myself. I really liked the idea of that. So after my first notebook, which is collections and semi-bullet journaling type stuff, my next notebook is my Hobonichi, and if you're interested in seeing how I use this, I do have a video of both the layout that is throughout this Hobonichi, the different layouts, and also I think kind of how I'm using it, and I think I may have last month's flip. I do have a month flip through, so you can see how I plan in it. But basically what I do is, and I have it clipped closed, so this is my week on 2 page. And I use the monthly to do some like doodling and maybe like doodle challenges, stuff like that. And then just my regular week on 2 page planning here. And then I use the daily sections here to do just journaling and doodling and lists and things like that. So if you're interested in seeing a flip through, I have October's up and I'll be putting November's up so you can kind of see how I use my Hobonichi. And then because I used my fuse tool and I did those sheet protectors, the next section I have here is just a pocket page that I can change out with some pictures of my family and some journaling cards. And then I have a Moleskine cashier here, for blank one, that I can use for listing and things like that. So I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. They're kind of crazy. So also, I really apologize that it sounds kind of echoey. I realize that my office doesn't have like stuff hanging on the walls and it's not fully complete right now. And I realized in my last video that it sounds kind of echoey. So And then I just have the back divider. So there's also a pocket back here, a little slip pocket, and then this is where you could slip your notebook in, or you could use that as a pocket, and a pen holder. I feel like everything is stitched really, really nicely. I'm really, really pleased with the leather and the quality of the notebook. So this notebook I used a discount code and I was able to save 10%. So the notebook was about $100, $108, I think. And then I did pay expedited shipping because it was coming from Hong Kong. So you will need to be there to sign for it, possibly, on delivery. But for $100 for an A5 size notebook of this quality, I feel like the value is definitely there. If you're thinking about getting one, I would totally highly recommend it. And yeah, I'm loving it, and I'm so happy that I can have everything in one place. You know, I kind of was like, went to the Hobonichi to simplify, and I was like, this is my life book, right? That's the whole purpose of it, and everything's going to be in there. And really, I have been only planning in this, but I didn't want to lose these collections. Perfect example is my husband and I were out somewhere, and we talked about all these restaurants we wanted to go to, and I was like, I have a list of those in my notebook at home. So now it will be here, and then I can also have just a notebook to jot things down in. So I hope this was helpful if you're considering one of these notebooks. I will link down to the shop down below. I'm not sure the coupon code I used on this is still active. I will look and see if there is a coupon code. If you have any questions about anything else in here, please just feel free to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you're interested in seeing my Hobonichi, just click on my channel, and there's a flip through. There's also a video with all of the layouts. I'll link to that as well. Before it gets too long, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I can bring you videos pretty regularly. And if you have any ideas or things you'd like to see, I'd be happy to try and help offer those. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this today. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks, guys.